Today's episode of the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show comes courtesy of Crunchyroll Funimation. Watch the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya along with us, in sub or dub. A subscription to Crunchyroll is required for legal streaming. Also, check out Christina V's amazing cover of Haruhi's second opening, Super Driver. Links to everything in the description below. Now, on to the show! Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show. I am your anime host, Older Bro.
And I'm your not happy host, Younger Bro.
And today, we continue in Endless 8, where we are on the 6th Endless 8 episode of 8.
The reason we're unhappy is because of the timing the computer stopped working.
Yeah, the computer stopped working after we recorded this episode.
Yeah.
So we have to re-record this episode.
We have to fucking re-record it again!
So
the next episode for us will be the 9th time we rewatch this shit!
Yeah, we will, because this would be the next episode we have to watch, guys, is Endless 8.
But yeah, we got no choice.
Yep, nothing we can do.
But yeah, you've had terrible luck this week. No, sorry. Wait, was it this week that the computer started doing this?
Yeah, it didn't start doing this. It just was. It just did it. Like it's not like.
But what day was it? Was it last week?
It was on Sunday.
It was on Sunday last week.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week computer, and now this week car.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys. So Older Bro's car ain't doing too good neither. We are worried it's the transmission. Father thinks he knows the problem, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Like, he probably knows cars better than I do.
Yeah.
But I have a decent amount of mechanical experience, but maybe not as much as he is.
Yeah.
Me and Father both have mechanical experience, so
Yep.
it is possible he knows more about cars. But the problem is, I don't know if I feel safe with him touching a car.
Yeah.
Because have you seen his luck with this car?
Thing to worry about.
Uh,
Very valid. Once again, our saving grace in this time is the intro. The one interesting thing that's identical every single time.
But we don't care.
Enjoyable.
You can wear that anytime you want to, Mikuru.
Look, I'm sure that if the school would let her, she'd tell Mikuru to wear nothing to school.
Yeah, by the way, guys, since we went to Indie PopCon, way before this episode comes out, while there, we saw a Haruhi video game.
Yep.
It was on the PS2.
Yep.
Is it Japanese exclusive? We don't know.
No clue.
I haven't looked into
Probably.
it yet. But will we play it one day? Oh, fuck yeah. I put it on the list so I can look at it. So we'll probably end up playing that one day too. Like, guys, we have finally found the games I've been looking for a long time, which is the visual novel dating sims, the actual ones.
Which the reason he found them is because while at the convention, he found Japanese import games that are in Japanese.
And right now, I bought Brighter Than the Dawning Blue, which is the Japanese video game based on anime that I wanted the most. So I found that, and it was a special edition. So it was doubly awesome. But yes, I have a Japanese PS2 now, so that's gonna be fun to play on. By the way, I played on it a little bit. Their controls are so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Circle for them is select.
Yes, circle is yes, X is no.
No. Well, actually, yes. You're right.
Yes.
You're right. Circle is yes. X is no. For whatever reason, square's pause.
Yep.
Triangle, can't remember what it does.
Yeah, which honestly, their thing was circle, yes, X, no, makes more sense than ours, which is X, yes, circle, no.
So,
Like, if there's one thing that's universal, it's X means don't.
so yeah, guys, I cannot wait because that is the first Japanese region lock console I've ever owned, and it's a PS2
Yep.
of all things. Like, that is fantastic. So are we gonna play on it anytime soon? I want to.
Probably not, though.
It seems like Brighter Than Dawning Blue is gonna be a visual novel. It's a visual novel, but I don't know if it's a dating sim.
Yeah.
Wiki claims it's a dating sim, an adult dating sim, which Brighter Than the Dawning Blue I didn't think was like that.
Well, that doesn't mean that the game can't be.
I guess?
So,
Because what they do with visual...
yeah, which means that we may have to censor out sex scenes again.
What they do with visual novels is they usually do a complete, genuine story. Like, it's an original story. It's an original works.
Yep.
Like, we saw that with, I think Fruits of Juatia. I think that's an original story.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one. What was it? The Konosuba Japanese exclusive game. That's also an original story, and I own it.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's two of them. I got the one that's on Switch. Well, actually, I think they're both on Switch.
Yep, she said this 16,000 times at this point.
Now, here's the thing. I know that PlayStation 2 and 3 are region locked, but I don't know if 4 and 5 are.
Good question. You'll have to look that up.
Let's research that because we don't care about the episode.
Yeah, why would we be commenting about the episode? What's there to comment on?
Okay, so here's region-free consoles. All the Game Boy, which I knew.
Yeah.
You can apparently play DS games region-free, with the exception of DSi-only games.
Yeah, the download games.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What? PSP? With the exception of UMD movies.
I'm guessing that's movie content.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I didn't know the PSP was region-free.
Are you sure it is? Are you sure that you don't want to say something?
Oh!
How you're upset right now?
I thought the PS3 was region locked. It's not. So it's not, with the exception of only 2 games, and that's Persona 4 Arena. I don't know why I would play that in Japanese, because I have the English version.
Yep.
And Way of the Samurai 3, which I think is in English, so it's fine. PS Vita is region free. That's good. That's good. PS4. It's region free except for digital games.
Yep.
Xbox One's good. I don't see 360 on here, so 360.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Xbox Series X and S. That's good. Yes, PS5 is.
Yeah.
Switch, I knew.
Yeah, pretty much every console in the last couple generations has been region free because it's just easier just to make one console and just ship it anywhere.
Apparently, Atari is. NTSC games can display wrong colors, slow speed, and sound. I will play on an Atari, but I don't know if there's really many Atari exclusive games.
Atari has a lot of games.
Well, it has a lot of games, but a lot of those games got moved over to like PS2.
Eventually they did, but years later.
NES, really? Well,
Original NES?
NES 101.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis 1000. Atari 520 is completely fine.
Yeah. But, hey.
Seems
Whatever.
like a lot of Ataris are. Sega Saturn, Japan only. Oh, Japan's version only is region free. Fuck, what?
So wait, the Japanese console can play other regions' consoles, but
But the
the games,
English
but the
can't.
version can't play the Japanese. Whatever. That's stupid.
Philips CDI. Microsoft Windows PC, no shit.
Yeah, because they needed to clarify that.
Digital content and online games from online stores such as Steam and Epic Games can be region locked.
Yeah.
Interesting. But again, emulation.
Yeah.
It's completely free. Fuck off. VHS. Okay. Phones and mobile devices. Not sure how true that is. Virtual Boy. Apple PC. That's still PC. Commodore 64 was region free.
Younger Bros now just reading down the list.
All Western Masters Systems consoles. I don't know what that means. Okay, now here's the region locked consoles. PlayStation 1, 2, GameCube was.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yep.
360 is, which I figured. Wii is.
Yeah.
No, the 3DS was.
Yep.
Okay, that actually, no, I knew that.
Yeah.
Wii U?
Yep.
Famicom, NES?
So that's the Japanese one.
Yes.
Or both.
Super NES.
So, okay. All of them.
Nintendo 64.
So everything Nintendo has done is before the Switch.
I like how they're listing the DVD players, but I have a Japanese disc upstairs in my room. I got Satan Academy. It's a bootleg Japanese disc, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, but
it plays just fine on my PS5.
That's why it's
Because
just fine, because
it's region free.
Yeah, because they made it region free, but it's not supposed to be.
Streaming services.
That's everyone. Fuck. Just stop reading the list. Stop reading. Stop reading the list. Stop reading the list.
Well, it's good to know a lot of the list, because there are Japanese games I want to look into, guys, but the problem is I haven't been able to look into them.
Yeah.
Because I just haven't scheduled them. Now I want to look into the Haruhi game. I want to look into Brighter Than the Dawning Blue.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Japanese titles. Like, guys, when we were at the convention, there was this booth where I got the PlayStations from, and they had a shit ton of Japanese titles.
Yeah, they do Japanese imports, basically. It's all games from
I wish
Japan.
I got their card because I was like, I really wanted to buy out your store, man. Like, everything I saw I wanted. Yeah, besides Brighter Than the Dawning Blue, guys, I actually picked up Pokemon Green. They had a couple Pokemon Green versions, and I'm like, sold.
Yeah, which means you get to see the shit Pokemon sprites. The really shit Pokemon sprites.
And I already seen some of the glitches.
Yeah.
Like, one glitch wouldn't let the boot the game.
Yeah.
But guys, that is the last main series game I needed, technically. Yeah, I know Japanese Red is also a different game.
Doesn't matter.
Like, it plays vastly different than our Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
I might get it, but I don't know if I'd ever play it. I might just display it.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's really no reason to play them. It's like they just are objectively worse games.
If I don't play them, I can just display them.
Yeah.
I'll just say, hey,
Yeah.
I have them. It's a nice thing to have.
It really is.
But yeah, I now own every single main series games.
Yep.
And yes, guys, I even scheduled Pokemon Green. But we're not playing it from the Game Boy.
Well, obviously not.
We're gonna emulate it, and we're gonna play probably a fixed version of it.
Yeah, it's called Pokemon Red.
I know, but I'm saying like it's still Pokemon Green. They just fixed all the bugs for Green. It's actually Pokemon Blue. Pokemon Blue is what. Well, I don't know if they fixed everything in Red.
They didn't fix everything.
But they did
They
fix.
fixed the vast majority of things.
I know they fixed everything by Blue, and they re-updated it again in Yellow.
No, there are bugs that are in all 4 games.
Well, yeah.
No,
Like-
the same bugs are in all 4 games. Like, there are things they did not fix. So it's
Yeah, I know you can do
only
your-
fixed the important bugs, the ones that like players were likely to actually interact with, and not everyone.
Yeah, I know you can still get the missing nose.
Yeah.
All of them, and you can also
In Yellow, I think there's a different method you have to do though, because they changed how
yes,
it works in that game. But
it's a bit harder to do in
Yeah.
Yellow, and you can still get your infinite Mew.
Yeah.
Glitch.
I was actually talking about Persona for a second. My friend and I were actually talking about Persona because I was saying that I was asking some things about that franchise because like I don't know a lot about it, and so I did get confirmation. You don't need pretty much any knowledge of any of the Shin Megami Tensei games at all
No,
for that franchise. It's pretty much completely divorced, except for they have some references, but otherwise you
it's
don't
still
need to know anything.
in the same world
Yeah,
as Shin
but it's like-
Megami Tensei.
But you don't need to play any of the games. There's no references, or there's some references, but there's no lore or anything that you really need to know from them.
No.
It's like they're all individual games. However, I also did find out that the franchise just is like, in terms of like trying to figure out which games are which, is very confusing because, for example, Shin Megami Tensei Persona is Persona 1. No one ever it's not called Persona 1 by anyone. It's because the full title of the game is Shin Megami Tensei Persona, whatever. And then there's Persona 2 Eternal Sin. I think it's Eternal Sin. Yeah, something like that. And that's game 2. And then there's another game called Persona 2 Innocence of something. And that's game 3. And then there's Persona 3, which is the 4th game. Why? I don't know. Because the funny thing is, other games later on, like, you know how they have, like, Persona 4 Arena and Persona 4, I think, Strikers 1 and all that stuff. So, a few of those games are completely unrelated side games. But most of them are actually sequel games. They're games that came out that continue the story of the previous game. So there's like 3 different Persona 4 games. That's Persona 4, Persona 4 Chapter 2, Persona 4 Chapter 3, Persona 4 Chapter 4 or
I
something.
know.
And
It
it's
is so hard to keep
just
track.
It's like, what the... I wish they had a better way of being like, these are the main games, and these are the side games, or sports games, or something.
No, they're
completely
kind of
unrelated.
all connected in
Yeah,
some way.
But it's just like, what the fuck?
Like, even Persona Q. Persona
Yeah.
Q is technically connected.
But I did find out, and because I was asking my friends, because they announced, you talked about this, but they announced the remake of Persona 3. And I was asking them, so I sort of asked about what the differences were. And so the concept, or the content the answer I got was, there was Persona 3, and then there was Persona 3 FES.
Yep.
Which was,
FBS.
yeah, which had additional content to it that was not in the original game.
Yep.
So that's basically an enhanced port.
Mhm.
Then they did Persona 3 for the PSP,
Yep.
which
Persona
I
3
believe is a
portable.
port of the original, not of FES. It is actually does not have the FES content in it.
No, they got rid of it.
Yeah.
But
Now-
they added a female route.
No, that's in FES.
That's in FES?
Yes. So, but here's the thing. Now they're doing Persona 3, whatever. Though I can't remember what the full name is. But
Reload.
yeah, Persona 3 Reloaded. That game is not including the Fest content.
Nope.
It's going to only be
The
a full remake of the original game. And the response I gave was, why?
like FES was the remake.
Like, what I don't understand is why wouldn't they just call this Persona 3 Definitive and just include all the content from all the versions?
I know.
And somebody tried to be like, well, it's because they want to justify the reason that game existed. And the PSP version's 15 fucking years old. All the games are more than 15 years old at this point. Who gives a shit? Just make a port. Or just make this the definitive edition and contain all the content from all the previous games.
So that's why I want to do FES, because FES has the additional content, and as well, some of the future games, the portable mainly, they don't include some of the dating.
Yeah. But yeah, to be clear on that though, just to make sure that it's very clear, none of those games are sequel games, in quotes. Those are all just versions of Persona 3. There's no additional real story content other than the female thing. Outside of that, there's no differences. You can play any version, and they're all the same plot.
Except for Reloaded, because they're completely remaking it.
Yes, but it's still going to be the same plot, from my understanding. It's just going to be a remake.
Told different.
Yeah. But it's not going to have the female stuff in it. But for games like Persona 4, like the arena is not the same plot as Persona 4. It's new plot completely. Nope. So it's like, it's so confusing which of these games are ports and like remasters and remakes versus the ones that are actual new content.
By the way, guys, the arena...
Without just jumping in and being like, I need to investigate every single game.
The Arena series is just a Street Fighter. And it's not bad. I've played a little bit of it. It's just, if I want to play Street Fighter, I'm just going to play Street Fighter. I don't want to play really Street Fighter-like games.
Mm-hmm.
But will I still play it? Probably. It's Persona. I'm probably playing all the Persona games. And I will try to even include every version as well.
Yeah. I get this feeling, and my friends have suggested this. It's very possible that you might play the first game, and I'll be playing the rest of the games. But we'll see. Just given how they play. It wasn't good enough, Haruhi. Like, it's never good enough.
It's turn-based strategy.
Yes. That is technically the case.
Like, it's like Final Fantasy, from my understanding.
That is technically the case, yes.
And I enjoyed Persona Q. I got nearly to the end of the game.
Yep. Of course, not me. Of course, Haruhi's not satisfied. And let's watch him fail to stop her again.
We've been talking about so much, I didn't even see half of this episode.
No, that's fair enough. What's the point of talking about this episode? There's nothing new. It's the same episode. That's just the exact same episode again.
And
go to her house.
In the middle of the night with a rose
I meant
and
tomorrow,
a tuxedo.
but sure. Yeah, guys, we are almost at the end in real life of Endless 8. It's August 27th. So we'll actually get out of Endless 8 after Endless 8 canonically gets out of. But, oh well. We couldn't have timed that better even if we wanted to. So.
Yeah, fuck this episode.
Yeah. Okay, guys. That's going to be it for this episode. We will come back next time with an episode we have already recorded that technically will have been recorded before this one because we recorded these 17, 18, 17 again. So, we'll be going back in time for the next episode, and then afterwards, we will finally finish Endless 8.
The Lord.
So, until then, we will see you all on the next Saturday Sunday Hit Anime.
Goodbye.